you should say, I really find it easy talking to you. I find our conversation always like flowing, no pressure, no performance. That makes them feel like, okay, this is it. I did say, tell me more. I feel like we were meant to be together, because this is so scripted. This is so fake. This is all the common things we wrote. You are the only fish in the ocean, which can never be possible. Hello, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. If you are coming back, welcome back to my channel. And if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Winnie. You are welcome too. Today is almost the end of the 2025 year. So I am recording this because it reminded me of when my husband came to visit me in Kenya for the first time. And it's with relation to a question that most of the people have asked me. After talking to someone whom you've met on a dating site for certain duration, how do you make sure that you talk to them or persuade them to come visit you in a manner that they don't feel pressurized? And let me answer that first. You don't persuade, you don't convince, you do not do emotional gymnastics on somebody to come and see you. You want to make sure you create emotional security. You make mutual bondage and understanding, mutual attraction in a manner that they voluntarily decide to come to see you. And so, if you have been watching me, you quite understand that I do insist in nobody sending pictures. Let me put the naked photos to someone you've met online, because it comes with a lot of repercussions. 98% of the times. So how lucky are you that this person is not going to use these photos in manners that you would live to regret? Side note, out of this topic, but very relevant, one of the ladies was talking to someone online. They talk, and at that moment, there is this nice emotional feeling, mutual understanding, and you think that the way you feel is the very way the other person feels. So this person they met online, they started sending or exchanging these kind of photos. Whatever happened, happened. Only to realize, because narcissists, if you are very careful, you can always spot them before they come and meet you. Online, you can see how their emotions fluctuate and how they act to manipulate you. So this person started to be emotionally abusive, and even on phone, like not physically, but how do you call it on phone, yeah? And being abusive and being vulgar and even insulting even the relatives. That also another side note. Make sure when you're talking to somebody online, you have not met in person. They do not have any business knowing your family member, because long story short, this lady says, I can't stay with you anymore. Narcissist, let me be. The guy says, I give you till this particular date. You have to be mine. You have to come back to me. Long story short, the guy created a Facebook account, uploaded all her naked photos, and tagged the friends or family whom he even picked from your social media handles. Why are you sharing your social media handles? She's not to blame, just cautioning you. So after understanding that sharing these photos does not guarantee you that you're going to make somebody be convinced that you are theirs, even if they say so, that should also imply or like make you understand that even if you use any emotional words or expression to make somebody be convinced or to trap them emotionally, it will never work. So be cautious. And after making sure of that, I always give people this something to think about, yeah? Nutcracker thing. In your conversation with someone, before you decide to say, I want this person to come and visit me, if you remove the intimacy conversation in that conversation, what is remaining out of it? Can you last even for 2 days without talking about it? So if you realize that there is nothing out of it, there is not even any need to try to take the tips I'm about to talk about and put into someone of a kind. Just find something else to do. It will not work. And even if they come, you'll realize some people say, this guy came for the first time and then even for the second time. And after that, he said this is not what he wanted. Because when you talked, you made him come because of what you promised to offer. And when they get bored, because this was just something you can offer, but what else do you offer? Okay? The so-called, what do you bring on table? But I don't use that phrase myself, so I don't believe in bringing anything to the table because we already are both tables from both ends. So back to my point, how can you make sure that someone comes to see you or comes to your end? People in long distance relationship, online conversation, first time meeting. How do you make someone to want to come to see you voluntarily because the emotional attachment is intact and finally they've decided? First thing, ensure that you have emotional safety that comes first. It's a priority. What do you talk about at the beginning or even as the conversation flows? Are they safe with you or are you trying to trap them? How do they feel? That is it from their end, from what you pick from there. So if like, I feel like we are meant to be together, why don't you open up more? I would be like, am I in an interrogation or an interview? Why do you want me to open up more? And when you open up more, what is remaining of us to talk about in future? That is my concern. So instead of saying, oh, I think we were meant to be together, why don't we talk some more? You should say, I really find it easy talking to you. I find our conversation always like flowing, no pressure, no performance. That makes them feel like, okay, this is it. I did say, tell me more. I feel like we were meant to be together because this is so scripted. This is so fake. This is all the common things we wrote. You are the only fish in the ocean, which can never be possible. So that's how it is translated. You are putting pressure on someone. How can you be sure this is someone whom you are meant to be with when you've not met them in person? And let me tell you, anyone you've not met in person, you only know a 50th%. However long you've talked, only 50% of their traits. You meet someone in person, then you get to start to learn to know them. That's why even relationship that we've been talking for 2 years, they split when they meet. And that's why I encourage, find a way to make somebody come so that you don't waste your time. They don't waste your time either. So if it doesn't work, make it as short as possible. And that's why I'm giving these tips so that you don't meet one person and I thought I know him. No, you don't know anyone you've met online and you have not met in person, seen them. Because when we are talking, we always give the best side of each other. And at this moment, I just want to be the best. I give you exactly what you want to hear. Because it's like a negotiation. It's like they are also talking to other people, and you have to be the most outstanding, but not manipulative. And they have to be emotionally secure. They have to feel safe talking to you. So no pressure. Just tell them, yeah, I feel so safe talking to you. No pressure, no nothing. It's just flowing. First point. Okay. The next point that you have to consider when you want to convince someone to come is something called consistency over intensity. Don't be too intense in your conversation. Be consistent but not intense. Intensity is where you wake up in the morning, you give up too much information because you want to talk from morning to morning. You have to repeat it yourself. It becomes so monotonous. You lack what to keep the conversation going for. And this is for the people who ask me, how do you keep a conversation going more than 2 days? After 2 days, we've exhausted everything. What were you doing with your time communicating with somebody throughout? Okay. So find yourself something before they were there, before they were in your life. What were you doing with your time? Find something else to do. Don't tell me you don't have a job. You always have something to do. Clean the house, read the book, excuse yourself. Make them want to meet you. Okay. And something else, you cannot be like, you're everything I've been looking for. I can't stop thinking about you. That is very, whatever you put it, yeah. Just tell someone, I notice, or like I notice that when we talk, I always look forward to talking to you. When I'm at work, I really look forward to in the evening or whichever time you set to talk because of maybe time difference. I always look forward to talking to you. That does not create any kind of pressure. I have not said you are the most beautiful thing, I can't do without you, all that scripted rubbish, I call them. So make sure you are everything I've been looking for is so much of a lie. You are not even sure that's what you've been looking for. Like I said, you don't know any person. But be consistent, because when you're looking forward to talk to somebody, how do you make sure you pick? And I did a video on how to keep a conversation flowing or going. But let me hint for you here again some of other points. When you talk to someone, it is important that before you start a conversation, you went through their bio. That's why I encourage, when you're talking to someone, ensure you know them. You have some details about them. Their profile, their bio talks about them. You know their hobby. That's why you matched. So when you match, because you have common interests or hobbies, you can pick conversation from there. Let's do this, for instance. My husband loves coffee. He hardly functions without coffee in the morning. I'm from British colonized country, so I love tea. So when you talk to me, I realized in the morning you would be like, I cannot even talk to you straight. I feel so grumpy. I need coffee. I notice he loves coffee. So when he goes, I'm like, yeah, you can take your coffee. As we continue to talk, I'll wait for you here, or I can keep quiet. Just wait you have your coffee. It will make him start some slight conversation as he has his coffee. Or some people would be like, let me have coffee and then after. So you question him like, which type of coffee do you like, or what do you have today? Do your research in your neighborhood where there is a nice coffee shop. So you would come home in the evening and you make them feel like, because you have certain common interests, maybe going out from coffee, going out, at the beach or whichever place, you come and let them know, okay, so there is this nice coffee shop around the corner at my place, and it is the coffee there is so terrific. Not terrific in the manner that it's terrible. It's terrific, meaning like it is so heaven, like people say, yeah. It is so good that when I get there, sometimes I looked forward to coming to talk to you, but I realized that I stayed there when I planned on staying for 30 minutes. I just found myself, the time had flown away. That's how good it is. Someone who loves the beach, I'm a lover of the beach. So let's take an instance like in Mombasa. So I was about to come home. You can start a conversation. Hi, how are you? I'm good. So how did your day go today? So I'm like, okay. So I was about to come home because I had planned on talking to you at around 7. But I so love nature, like the breeze, the calmness in the evening when it's about to get dark. I just go to the breeze and to the shore area, sit down there. It's calm. People are now leaving the beach, and I sit and close my eyes, kind of meditation, but not. And I just go and relax and my nerves and take deep breath. I found myself so relaxed, I even forgot. Now that is different from when you say, hi, so I was at the beach and you must come here to see the beach. The beach is so beautiful, the water and everything, because you are putting pressure. Okay? And when you are doing this, you are just making this person know your life is already intact. You love what you do. But because you are picked out of their hobby, what they love, and made it look so beautiful, they are curious to go. And that gets me to the third point. We have it called create curiosity naturally. So they would be naturally be curious. How is that feeling at the beach? At the concert, like this lady sings with so much angelic voice. I don't know, angel, how you pronounce. That's what I mean. And you are also positive. You've listened to yourself. They'll be like, this is so positive. Yeah. You're like, oh, my day was bad. First of all, the job was so tiring. My boss was so annoying. Then I went to the concert. I told you I love going to the concert. This lady was so singing, like so terrible. You are so negative. Somebody is even asking if anything good can come out of you. If I were you, and indeed somebody was terribly singing, I would paint it so beautiful that somebody would know this is a positive person. And people really love positive people in their cycle, in their lives, or as even their partner. So think about it. I went there, and at the concert, if he likes concerts, so you pick something, you Google something within your area you talk about, or even Google in their place. And you're like, so I went to this concert and by the shore, and this lady was singing. One lady was so good. Then there is other lady, because the other one had to take a short break. She started singing. My ears were hurting. But you're laughing in a manner that is like, I felt so funny, but I think that she can do better. I find positivity in her, but I think she can do better when she does it, because this was something more funny than annoying. I had to stay and I also had to like encourage her, because I am picking some of the traits from you. You're someone who sees good in everything. People love positive people. So if you're like that, no, not like you should come here some for something, you'd love it around someone would be like, okay, so all this is manipulative because you're just talking about things so that I can come and not exactly to ensure that this is what you want to see me do, right? So make sure that you create this natural curiosity. Someone wants to know more about you. And you realize what I've talked about. You've talked about maybe work, it was terrible, but you managed. And then you went out because in the evening, or like you went out with friends for coffee. Oh, my friends are so annoying. No, my friends, I have this annoying, cute friends. I know how to manage them. Would be so good. Like, I want to meet your friends. I want to see that annoying friend of yours. I want to, and they keep these tabs in their head. They realize over time they can't even get over, and they also are now looking forward to, and they can't take it anymore that they're saying, you know what, I'm coming to see you. Fourth point, show stable, enjoyable life. Stable, enjoy. You can't be like, I'm so happier if you are here. Like, is your happiness like kind of dependent on people, or this is it? You always have to present yourself like, when you present yourself in a manner that looks like desperate or you're not happy with your life, people would realize, and if it's the truth, when you feel like you can only be happy if somebody else was there, and that's how you portray it, someone, even yourself in one or the other, will come to realize that whatever you were anticipating will not work for a long time, because when they come, you'd go back and call back in your misery. And though that's something people don't like, negative people around them, that kind of energy. So you would not say, I would be much happier if you were here. You'd say, I really loved that beach, like silent, calm place, that music. I just think that if you are here, it would be more fun. You are including them. And you're not even saying you'd say, I really love being at the beach with the calmness, that I would really love to share this kind of happiness with someone in my life, someone whom I adore. So they would even pick conversation from there actually to be like, oh, so not me, someone. That is very interesting. No, no. Then you'd be like, are you jealous? No, I'm not jealous. I'm just saying, really? Yeah, and then you pick even another conversation out of them, like, okay, speaking of jealousy, I had a friend who like this, or like someone, an accomplice, or someone whom we were going out, we couldn't work because jealousy. Even inside, you're trying to communicate in a light note. I don't really appreciate jealous people, yeah? But you're making it so fun, and then they also pick. And when you're having this conversation, when you shoot such kind of interesting, simple things, someone picks and bring daily life conversation. And they're like, speaking of jealous people, I also had a girl, not jealousy, but she was weird. It was this. And then you share funny people you've met in life. And even for that day, you only talked about people who are funny. And as you're laughing, you say, oh my God, this is so interesting. And that, as it goes, that will just make somebody to themselves suggest. I should have started with this point at the beginning. Let them self suggest that they want to come. They'll be like, you know what? This is so interesting. I really want to come and meet your annoying friend. I want to come and meet your annoying singer or like solo singer. I really want to go to the beach with you. If you are like hiking and then, being chased by the dog, or like at the mountain and then you sleep and it was, and then according to his hobby and what interests the both of you, will be like, I think it's time for me to come because this is so good. This is so real. I remember when I was talking with my husband, and then he was like, you know what, I've booked a flight. And then he was like, no, I've not. Only later he told me he was doing this to his heart. Not because he wasn't sure, but he was asking himself, is what I'm seeing or feeling is what I'm really going to get in real life? Things really do change. So one time as we were talking and laughing, we laughed, and I was supposed to go to work. I was like, oh my God, for the first time, I'll have to have a lot of coffee because I can't start going to sleep at work. And so he said, you know what? It's time that instead of us coming here and doing this, time that I came to save you from all this going out because we have to catch up late. So we spend some time together. That will be so good. So things like, I think it's time you booked a flight. So when are you coming to see me? Just say, when he says, actually, also when he talks about this, I think it's time for me to come. Like, yeah, really, yeah. I really think it's good. Now, have you booked the flight? You should send me the flight ticket. It is so pressurizing, so manipulative, so blackmailing, so annoying to put it. Just say, okay, no pressure. Like, I'd like that. There's no rush. We'll figure it out when it feels right. I am trying to tell you I like it. And let me tell you something about human nature. However, someone likes, everyone likes to be in control, if not fully, in one or the other. So if they feel that sense of inclusiveness, that even a decision for them to come is not under pressure, but say, no rush, take your time. You just tell me. If you have to mention it, you mention it slightly, just as a reminder that you would wish to see, but it's not like, no, 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 don't come. No, it's like, no rush. We'll figure it out when the time is right. When you feel right, they will be like, this is so mutual. This is so good. Trust me, it will work. And that brings me to the another sixth point, like avoid guilt or emotional pressure. Like I talked about earlier. So if you really like me, you'd come. I guess I care more than you. Keep conversations light, warm, keep conversation grounded. Okay? Stop this thing that I used to block such kind of people. Send your picture. Send me your picture. I am just getting to know you. Please, let's calm down. Whenever you want to see my picture, do me a video, okay? Engage me, talk to me. If you feel like, okay, I don't like you, you are human here, it's so funny, like, okay, I would send you some of the funny, fine pictures, and then you talk, and then like my hubby was like, I really love this Kenyan, African, I mean, this African hair, like Afro something. I send him some samples. I'm like, you know what, next time, for just to make you at least feel involved, because we've talked about it, I'm going to make some nice hairstyle that would make to remind myself of you, or more or less. Like you're not doing it to them, but you're just trying to appreciate that they talked about some hairstyles that if it makes you comfortable, you don't do them for them. It's for them. Then they're like, okay, that's so nice. And then those who are always asking, how do you ask for money? Someone who knows you appreciate them will be like, okay, since you have a nice hair already done and you want to do this for me, why don't you allow me to chip in or be part of the hair? A conversation done. So avoid this guilt feeling of, if you love me, you send me money for hair, for the nails. If you love me, you send me the photos. If you love me, you would have booked the flights. Keep the conversation calm. Let it flow. Let it be so natural. Nothing so natural and calm and so mutual. The trust and respect and that feeling would make someone last 1 year talking to you without wanting to come. And finally, the core truth is that you should make others feel calm, respected, and like feel for themselves that this is the right thing to do, and not feel that pressure. So all these are just tips to make you want this person to realize that this is the right thing you are doing, and you are doing it so naturally within you that you are not forced on making others feel obligated to come, but instead it's like you are making them realize this is the right thing they are doing, coming to you. Yeah. So with all that said, I hope that this is going to be something worth listening to. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed by now. Don't forget to like if you have not clicked that like button. Please do it right now. Share this if you know someone who is talking to someone who is about to come. It will even help them in continuing conversation. And please let me know if you want me to talk about how to even keep conversation going after meeting with this person. I'll be glad to help. Yeah. But this is exactly what someone would love to see from you. So make sure you know someone, their hobby. You ask them around at the beginning of conversation so that you do your research. And meeting people with different interests does not require laziness. Get used to sometimes going on the internet, research this person's country. Try to look at some interest. If they are politically neutral, no need to start talking about your crazy politics or beautiful politics. If they are politically, active sometimes, and you're also politically active, so the both of you are complementing each other, search about their political. It cannot be about you, me, me, what. Some's about you, like I read something, it's not so clear. Even if it's clear, start a conversation with it. It wasn't so clear. So your president was saying something of a kind, the prime minister, the minister, whoever, was talking about this. So what's the current state? I remember during that time I was being asked sometimes, what are the Gen Zs of Kenya like? Are they aggressive or that just the state? But depends. Just know someone, know them enough to not keep a conversation going. You could be talking about that beach I was talking about. Someone has no interest at all in the waters or the beaches, not at all. Read people's profile, learn to know people, listen more, engage them. You can't be talking and they're listening, And all this can only be possible if someone is worth that time. Otherwise, kick them off, kick their air off, pick the right person who deserves to be in your personal space, because this is a life decision you are making, so you deserve to pick the best decision. Thank you so much for listening. Till next time, love you all. Thank you.